Hello everyone and welcome back to Satisfactory. Today it's time to make some space elevator components. Welcome back. Last episode we built this thing, which is the turbo motor factory. We're currently making 12 per minute and we got some research done, which does mean we now know how to make AI expansion servers. We already knew how to make nuclear pasta, and one of the last researches that we need to get is for making the ballistic warp drives. So this episode, I think it's time to build some Phase 5 components, and more specifically, get all of these space elevator things going, right? Because we can do nuclear pasta. We only need 256 AI expansion servers, so let's just do them. It's not going to take that long, and I think we can get both done this episode, so let's just do it, you know? What's the worst that could happen? I need to stop saying that. So, taking a look at the last two researches that we have left, we are going to need neuro-quantum processes, which looking down there doesn't look to be too complicated to make. We're going to need some time crystals, we're going to need some trigons, we're going to need some fused modular frames. We've got all these things, we just need to make the neuro-quantum processors. That doesn't seem too bad, all things considered. And for spatial energy regulation, all we need is a whole bunch of things that we already have, plus superposition oscillators, which, just from looking at it, doesn't really seem to be that bad either, except for the dark matter crystals, which I think we can actually make those. Dark matter crystal, indeed, we can make those right here. Diamonds and the dark matter residue, plus there is 2 recipes right here, which does remind me, we have a whole bunch of just random garbage in here that I probably am not going to end up taking, specifically like these 2. Why would I ever take these? So let's do a little bit of rescanning and see if we can get any exciting alternates. I think that is probably the most exciting one that I could have found. Dark matter crystallization, which is just dark matter crystals without diamonds. I feel like that was really, really lucky, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. Okay, that's probably going to make life a lot easier, and may also help a lot with recycling as well, because I know a lot of the quantum encoder, is that what it's called? A lot of the quantum encoder recipes produce dark matter residue as a byproduct. So if we can just turn it into dark matter crystals without any kind of other imports, that would be great. I'm going to go ahead and rescan a couple other things. Like, we're probably never going to use either of those. Dang it. Yeah, we'll rescan this one. Nope. Rescan this one. Nope. Yeah, man. Okay, let's rescan this one. I don't know if we're going to get anything new. I kind of want to keep all the nuclear stuff in here because I don't know if I'm going to end up doing it or not. That's kind of the concern, right? Because I wanted to give it a try, but just thinking about this, we probably don't need it, and we're pretty close to the end of the game anyways, and I do know that a certain game just got a pretty large update that I have seen some comments about, so we may have to complete this series here in a couple episodes, skip doing nuclear, and then move on to that. I wonder what I could be talking about. Anyways, we will have to decide that once we get to that point, though. Today, let's just focus on getting the components. Now, I don't think I have any more rescans, and I don't want to commit to not doing nuclear just yet, so I think we're probably just going to have to leave the hard drive rescanning there. And, you know, maybe at some point I should just go out this way. I know there's a big desert out here. I know there's kind of a blue-ish biome this way. Maybe we just need to go wander around a little bit at some point just to kind of see the sights, you know. Maybe we'll do that after we've set up all of the space elevator components this episode. You know, that seems like a pretty good idea, actually. Okay, you know what? It's decided. We're going to get those 2 space elevator components being crafted, and then we will go on an exploration mission. Go find some new hard drives, go see the sites, check out the rest of the map. I don't think there's a whole lot left, and then we'll call it from there. Okay, first things first, a nuclear pasta. Why? Because it's easier. What does it take to make nuclear pasta? We need 1 pressure conversion cube and a whole bunch of copper. Now, we only need 1,000 of it, but we might need it for something else. I'm not sure. Now, you know, maybe I should just try to get ballistic warp drives unlocked. Maybe that's what we do. We just get this research done. We can do that, right? Yeah, surely we can do that. You know what? That's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to make 100 superposition oscillators so I can do this research. Okay, that's what we're doing. First things first, let's get that. Because if I know what I need to make ballistic warp drives, I can kind of start planning ahead. All right, you know what? I'm just going to slap this thing down right here because it's in the middle of the base. Why not? We want superposition oscillators, so we are going to need an excessive quantity of alclad aluminum sheets. We are going to need 450 because I am going to sloop this. That's probably a really bad idea because this thing looks to be extremely power intensive, but I don't really care. I have plenty of power to go around, I think. It has been a while since I've looked. Oh, we're fine. All right, so we're gonna need 450 alkali aluminum sheets, which I probably can just get. 50 crystal oscillators. That's not gonna be a problem at all. I will just slap those in there. We're going to need a bunch of dark matter crystals and excited photonic matter at 125 per minute. That is made in a inverter, which I should, in theory, be able to just place right here, plug it in, and then we can just make excited photonic matter at, what was it, 125 per minute, and pipe that stuff in right there. There we go. Excited photonic matter. That is a gas. Good. Okay, that's nice. Good to know. And now we're going to need dark matter crystals. How are we going to get those? Now, I know this stuff takes dark matter residue. Or no, it makes it at 250 a minute. Does this make more? It's 10 to 1. So is this going to make 25 a minute? Ah, and we need 30 a minute. Huh. I see the problem. Where do you actually make this stuff? Where am I going to put a particle accelerator? Yep, it's time for floating particle accelerator. I'm going to put it right there. And dark matter crystal like this. Okay, I had another bad idea. Also, floating particle accelerator. Anyways, this thing makes 250 dark matter residue per minute. And we need 30 dark matter crystals per minute. This particle accelerator will take 200 and make 40. So, if we put a Somers loop on it, it'll take 250 and make 50, which this takes 30 and makes 250. So I think we'll be net profit on this. Actually, I don't even need the overclock. This will just make 40 per minute. It's going to be so power intensive to run these, but it's going to be a net profit of dark matter crystals, which is great. The only issue, how do we get them to start? Like, how am I going to get a dark matter crystal to start this recipe? I'm gonna have to figure out how to get this dark matter residue. Oh, you can just convert reanimated SAM into it. Okay, so if I go grab some reanimated SAM and just make that real quick, and then pipe it in, that should kickstart everything, and then this will just spin up and will just make its own residue. Man, this is getting really weird, but I think it's gonna work. Alright, so in goes some reanimated SAM. That should make our dark matter residue, and I will pipe that into the floating particle accelerator. Is this a gas? Yes. Alright, well, that is not pressurized. It's going to take forever to flow in here, but that's fine. Okay, that'll do. 9 dark matter crystals. That should be enough to kickstart this thing. We just need to run the output into here. Boom! There you go. That should make our superposition oscillators. Now we just need to simply run the output, which is the dark matter residue, back into the particle accelerator in a very janky belt, and we will simply place a storage conveyor or container, I guess. Now, also, I do know if I had one, I could go open the hard drive in the swamp over there, and actually, I want to do that, so I'm going to. Oh my god, I can just shove it straight through. You know what? It's Jank Factory kind of day. Alright, so this thing should slowly build up over time. We're going to be getting excess dark matter crystals, which actually is probably going to cause an issue at some point because it's going to get backfilled and the dark matter residue is going to get backed up, but we'll deal with that when we get there. For now, we are making our superposition oscillators, and we should be good to start researching ballistic warp drives. Very good. Okay, let's also go ahead and grab radio control units, SAM fluctuators, and some turbo motors. Whoa, that makes a beam of light? That's not concerning at all. Probably has something to do with the excited photonic matter that we're just shoving in there, you know? That kind of makes sense. Okay, good news, I do have enough turbo motors and radio control units we're just waiting for. That's already done. We just need our superposition oscillators. So, in the meantime, I think it is time to go to the swamp, because I've got the superposition oscillator. I think there's also another hard drive in there that uses 25 turbo motors, which is no longer an issue. So let's go ahead and do that. One superposition oscillator coming right up. Sweet, and I'm going to go ahead and just scan this immediately because I know there's a whole bunch of recipes that I do not have yet. Ah, this is the one that I built over. Right. Also, I'm almost out of gas filters. I should probably start cleaning these up. Yep, and that's what it was. 25 turbo motors. Luckily, that is no longer an issue. Hard drive number 2. And if we took a look at the radar tower, that is the last one in this radius. There's still 4 Somers loops and 17 Mercer spheres in here somewhere, which, how? But also, yeah, that's done for hard drives, so that is great. You know, I haven't seen this thing on. This is kind of cool. What happens if I stand in this? Do you think I'll die? Well, how are we doing on these? 74. This is going a lot faster than I thought, and it looks like, yeah, we are starting to back up on the dark matter residue. That is not surprising at all. But that is okay. This thing, oh my god, it jumps to between 0 and 8,000 megawatts. Brr. Okay, hopefully we don't need too many of those. Good lord. Oh, look at the graph. It's so spiky. Well, there's only like 25 left, so I think I'm just going to clean out my inventory, you know, put some alien waste into here, sink some extra garbage, and then we'll just wait around for those to be done. There you have it, 100 superposition oscillators. Oh boy. Alright, let's go ahead and finally see what it takes to craft ballistic warp drives.
Milestone reached. Instant travel between chosen locations will be possible as soon as the main and satellite portals are built and paired.
Ooh, wait.
Do not ask me how it works.
Okay.
Not because I don't understand dimensional dispersal theory and the cross-warp applications of liminal peer-regulated parallel fibrillator nanocells, for example. But because you do not need to know. You go in one end, you come out the other. It's a door. Thankfully, the construction of project part number 12, the Ballistic Warp Drive, can be automated and requires no manual input from you, so I'd say we're relatively safe. If you disagree about my assessment of your capabilities, you are free to attempt a study and replication of either portal or warp technology. After you're done with project assembly.
Well, you don't trust me to build ballistic warp drives? What? Oh, come on, man. I would do it just fine. Okay, let's go ahead and figure out how do we build these things? Also, before we even do that, I kind of want to know how to make these portal things. Main portal, 250 megawatts, and I believe it's probably just a portal, and they're not even that bad to build. Superposition oscillators are a little rough, but, I mean, we have the thing over here, the janky factory. This isn't a terrible thing to build, you know. I could build a whole bunch of these, which may be nice to access some extremely remote locations, like maybe the aluminum factories up here in the Red Forest or the swamp area, but truth be told, it is kind of fun flying through the air with the Pioneer railguns, so I think I'll just stick with those, you know? Okay, anyways, we also unlocked singularity cells, I believe. So that, aha! I knew it. I am so happy I looked for this. Nuclear pasta, dark matter, and some iron plates and concrete will make some singularity cells, and singularity cells down here are used to make ballistic warp drives. I called it. You know what? I think it's time to reveal the secret plan that I've been building up to for like maybe 15 episodes. I am going to build 10 ballistic warp drives per minute unslooped. And then maybe I'll sloop them later, depending on how much power I have available to me. Because just looking at this now, we may need to have some very power-expensive buildings to make these things. Superposition oscillators, we need 2 of them to make a single ballistic warp drive. These are currently made at 5 a minute. So if we wanted to make 10 of these, we would need 20 of these. So we would need 4 quantum encoders running at however much power the quantum encoder takes. Now, I have sloops in this one, so I can't really tell how much power it takes, and if I take it out, we would kind of waste a single oscillator, but I'm just going to assume that it's 0 to 4,000, so that is 16 gigawatts. That's kind of a lot, but also 40 dark matter crystals. That's not too bad, considering we could make it entirely out of SAM if we wanted to. It would just be pretty power expensive, although we will be using the extra residue we'll get from building these. We just need some singularity cells, which also need dark matter crystals. There's going to be a lot of dark matter crystal creation for these things, and also we're going to need 10 thermal propulsion rockets per minute, which we've got fused modular frames, we've got the turbo motors, we've even got 25 modular engines already built. I wonder why I chose 25 way back in the day. It's because this has been the plan all along. The only thing that I have appeared to have blundered is cooling systems. I used all 50 of them to make the turbo motors, so I'm either going to have to rework the turbo motor factory or make another cooling system factory. That sounds like a lot of effort, but whichever one we're going to end up doing, we're going to have to because we're going to need these thermal propulsion rockets. Now, luckily, we're probably not going to need that much. We only need 30 cooling systems a minute to make all of those, so that isn't actually that bad. And I'll probably just end up doing this recipe again. We're just going to have to get a whole bunch more heat sinks. That's not too bad, and we'll probably just end up going to the exact same place over here. I mean, yeah, we have another normal node right here. We've got plenty of oil over here. We can just make another one. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a problem. Okay, that's probably what we'll end up doing, but that's not for this episode. That is for the next episode or 2, depending on how long that takes. I need to go set up the nuclear pasta. Now, how much are we going to need for the ballistic warp drives? So, if we wanted 10 per minute, that means we need 50 singularity cells. It is 1 to 10. That means we need 5 nuclear pasta per minute, which converts to 50 singularity cells into 10 ballistic warp drives. Okay, so we just need 5 a minute. That's not so bad. But with that being said, we are going to want to fully automate that, so I think that is exactly what we are going to do. We are going to dedicate 5 nuclear pasta per minute to a factory over in probably Copperland, because we're going to need a lot of copper. So let's head over here, let's get some drones set up, and let's get started. We are going to need to drone over the radio control units and the fused modular frames, so we're going to need to put 1 in fused modular frames, 2 over there, 1 to bring the frames over. We already have radio control units being supplied to drone land, so I'll add another port over there to send those over as well, and we can get started. So let's, I guess we go to fused modular frame factory first, place down the drone input, and then we can go get the others. All right, there we go. There's our input. Oh, right, and that reminds me. We also have that MAM research done, so let's just go ahead and see what we got. We got inventory slots and steel screws. I do not care, and I do not want either of those either. Oof. Okay, well, we got one more. Let's go ahead and get it started. So I've got the radio control unit second destination fuel. This will send off to, obviously, nuclear pasta land. This one right here, this one's going to go to fused modular frame input, and we can actually get that started right now. And that will output into this guy right here, which we can also go ahead and place a drone down, and this one will send the fused frames over to nuclear pasta land. Okay, so we've got radio control units. I actually just lied. I need to plug them in here. Hold on. Well, picked up a Mercer sphere on the scanner. You think there's a spider behind the wall? Oh, yep, okay. All right, welcome to nuclear pasta land. It looks like a forest, and that's because it is. All right. Now, how much of this are we going to need? That is the question. I don't actually know. It probably isn't going to be that much, because I think we only needed, what, 5 per minute? I'll probably do the calculation again just to be sure, but I think it is 5 a minute, and oh my god, do you mind, bruh? Anyways, we've got the MAM research done, so we may as well go ahead and take a look what we got. Pink diamonds or quartz purification. Pink diamonds is actually kind of cool. So coal and some quartz crystals. You know what? Sure, I'll take that. Okay, anyways, let's do some math here. We are going to need 5 nuclear pasta per minute. Oh wait, how many particle accelerators is that going to be? Jesus Christ, that's going to be a lot. 20? Am I reading this right? No, 10. Okay. Okay, that is 10 particle accelerators. Bro, oh my god, this thing's going to be huge. From a pure copper node, we can extract 1200 ore, which I believe is 3,000 copper ingots because it is a 2.5 times. Yes, I see that. If we can get 3,000 copper ingots, we can get 500 copper powder. 500 copper powder will give us 2.5 nuclear pasta, so we just need 2 pure nodes fully used to make enough nuclear pasta for this. Oh dear lord, the amount of refineries this is going to be. Oh god. I may have made a mistake. We might not even be able to get to the AI expansion servers today. Holy. Ooh, those take superposition oscillators. Well, we only need 128 to be fair, so I'm kind of happy that I put that over there. So photonic matter's done. That's essentially done. These guys we're going to have to make, and I mean, look at that. That's not that difficult. We can just make 128 of those, and then we've already have the magnetic field generators, and then we'll just sloop it, of course. There you go. The AI expansion server's done. That's not going to be that bad. Okay, never mind. I think we can do it, but still, let's figure out how many refineries this is going to be. Oh, God. Well, if anyone wants to place their bets, how many refineries do you think I need? The answer is 160. This is going to be huge. I don't know if we're even going to have space for it, but I guess it can't hurt to give it a shot. All right, well, this is just going to be the largest factory ever. I'm going to run 4 lines of refineries. There's going to be 40 in a line. That means we have 400 water in each line, so we can run a single pipe for all of this. 4 single pipes. We can definitely fit that in this lake. And yes, I know I'm going to need a whole bunch of pumps to pump the water up here, but I don't really want to have to deal with all these trees that you cannot get rid of. Yes, I did just try it. Oh boy, here we go. Let's build 1 row just to see how bad this is going to be. And you know what? Actually, before I even do this, let me set these all to copper beforehand. They already are. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. All right, there we go. That is half of one side. Oh, okay. You know what? Nope. This is going to take too long. This is going to cost way too many resources. Let's do this the right way. I'm going to make a blueprint with 4 refineries going the correct direction with no output pipe and a wire plugging them all together, because that's going to save a lot of time, because there's literally 40 of these per row. So let's do that. Okay, there we go. Copper refinery. And also for some reason it feels like it is dark more than it is light out, and it's getting kind of annoying because I like being able to see. Okay, anyways, this should be our blueprint. Let's go ahead and build one just to make sure that it does in fact work. And then that should just kind of work. Looks like it did. Looks like we're good to go. And all right, cool. Also, I thought that I would need to use Mark 6 conveyor belts, but I actually don't, because it is going to be 600 ore per minute on each side. Now, the output of this... Oh, I did not even think about the outputs. Oh, dear. I think we're going to have to rethink how this is going to work here. You know what? Okay, how about this? Instead of doing all this weird yapping about it, thinking about it, wondering about it, building about it, let's just do about it instead. I think that makes some sense, right? I don't know. I got an idea. Hold on. It's time to build the biggest copper factory you've ever laid your eyes on. Yeah, so I decided to go to the right instead of forward, and also you probably noticed that we are higher up now. Yeah, that's because the trees kept getting in the way, and it was getting really annoying, and even though I went up, I think 15 or so foundations, if you come over to this side, guess what? There's still tree in the way. Not much I could do about that, and I had already built half of it by the time I figured that out, so... whatever. Okay, each of these modules makes 750 copper ingots. That's 1,500, 3,000, 4,500, 6,000 copper ingots, which is enough to, of course, craft 1,000 copper powder, which actually isn't that difficult to do, all things considered. You just need 3 constructors, I believe, which I am going to go get set up right now. Yep, there you go. 3 simple constructors, 300, 600, and 750 copper ingots per minute will make 125 copper powder, times 8, of course. Cool, I'm going to go ahead and throw in the next 7 of these modules. And I probably should merge them all onto a single line. You know what? Maybe I'll just send them over this way. Yeah, let's do that. All right, let me get those built up. And I'm just going to make a blueprint for it because I'm lazy. And boom, 1,000 copper powder being produced. I'm just going to do a flyby to make sure I didn't miss anything because I think I saw one of these wasn't on. Yep, this one right here is not getting powder. Probably forgot to connect conveyor. Yep, looks like it. Now, that's going to take forever to fill up, and I would like this to be filled before I start on the next part. So, I'm going to go ahead and fly back to base and get started on another thing that we probably need to start doing, and that's building up the quote-unquote small quantities of all the other things we're going to need, like the purple box things. And by now, the superposition oscillators should be done. Yep, we ran out of alclad aluminum casings. That works for me, and we have 178 in there. I will take it. That is plenty enough. Now, let's go to the next one. Neural quantum processors. We need 128. This is made in batches of 2, so we just need a bunch of time crystals. There you go. We need some trigons, which I'm going to have input into this via a box, because we're going to need more than that. We're going to need some supercomputers. In you go, and there we go. Cool. Okay, we do not want to input dark matter crystals, so let's see if I can fit a box in here somewhere. Also, I think we need these for something else too, right? Wasn't it a research? Yep, that's what it is. We need 100 for the Mark III Blueprint Designer. Okay, you know what? Let's see if I can cram in another box somewhere. Well, yeah, there's a way to do it, but oh man, is it ugly. Okay, well, luckily, I'm not going for looks at this factory. I'm going for, does it produce the things it's supposed to? Okay, we will let that just build up in the background. Time to go finish off the nuclear pasta setup. I think all that's left is to get the 2 drone ports over there, craft all of the pressure conversion cubes, and then that's it? I think that's it, yeah. Oh my, look at all this. They're all green. Woo! And also, we need to probably figure out where all these particle accelerators are going to go. Are we going to run out of room? I don't know. Now, that is something that I did not think I would see. I guess they do take 500 quick wire each. Okay, but I think we can get them too deep. The last one's going to end up right about here, so we've got all of this space over here to make the drone ports. I have 30 Mercer spheres. There's a whole bunch around. I think it might be time to go grab another Mercer sphere research, specifically upload speed. Yeah, that'd be great. 6.25% increase is not a whole lot, but I don't care. 240 a minute. Yeah, that's actually quite nice.
Dimensional upload speed increased. Every particle now has encoded potential reconstruction memory for when any part using that particle is recalled, enabling instancing on the fundamental particle level.
You grow shifted the body chord flow cycle song of the 6th layer. Harmonious. Your cycle songs will only deepen the layers.
I'm always working on myself. The time will come.
What? Okay, you know, I don't even want to know, man. I guess while we're over here, we can also check how many of those quantum thingies. We have a 72. We are about halfway there. A little bit more than that. Not too shabby. Oh, and also, while we're over here, we may as well grab a bunch of the magnetic field generators as well, since we're going to be needing them for the AI expansion servers. Okay, so that should send the drones over. We should start getting our pressure conversion cubes being built up, and that will send over into the particle accelerators once I actually build the lines for that. Okay. All right, well, good news. I went and fixed the drone. Guess what? There wasn't a drone at all. It was just the ports. So now we should be getting some radio control units. There we go. We just got them, and in they go. We should start to get some pressure conversion cubes being created. Very nice. Now, also, another thing. I had to use conveyor lifts here because I miscalculated a little bit. Yeah, apparently, the inputs and outputs are basically on the exact same place. So if you stack them up like I've done here, you need like 3 foundations worth of space to actually get everything apart, unless you want to clip a whole bunch of things together. And I decided I didn't want to do that, so we've got a bunch of conveyor lifts. All right, let me get everything merged together, and I realize now that this is going to be extremely clipping as well, because it's just going to go straight through the line. And at this point, I don't care. It's staying. This is like the 3rd time that I've tried to design something that doesn't look terrible, but like, you know, I placed these 2 close together and it fit perfectly, and now if I wanted to do it better, I would have to move everything, and that sounds like a lot of effort, so nah, we're just gonna clip everything this time. Then again, I did say at the beginning of the episode it was a jank factory kind of day, so I guess I get a pass this time. You know, I really thought an entire foundation worth of space would have been enough, but apparently not. Anyways, this should be the input for the pressure conversion cubes. Boom, there you go. Now we should see some of these accelerators start accelerating. Indeed, there we go. We should now be getting nuclear pasta at probably close to 5 per minute, assuming I haven't done anything weird or broke something. You know, I also never looked at nuclear pasta. What's even going on in there? All right, there we have it. Nuclear pasta is done. Everything is piped over here, and this will be the final output. Let's place a drone port right over here. There we go. Send our resources in. Let's make sure to name this thing and plug it in. Now, I do have a whole bunch of drone ports over here that are kind of just unlinked, so I think I'll just, like, hijack one of these. Boom, like so. And once that shows up, we will be good to go on nuclear pasta. Sweet. There is 2 things left to do this episode. The first one is clean out my inventory and then add an extra thing to do. Okay, there we go. And now, 2 things left to do. First of which is to check if we have enough neural quantum processors. I would assume we do, but I don't know that for sure. We have 132. We are out of trigons. Yeah, that kind of checks out. Okay, hold up. There you go. Trigons are going in. That should get those back up and running. And I'm going to go ahead and take 100 of those, and I'm going to instantly go use them to get the last piece of research. Let's go ahead and grab the last research blueprints, Mark III.
Milestone reached. The Blueprint Designer Mark III allows for 20% increased blueprint size in all dimensions, for an overall 71.2% increase in volume. Sadly, I doubt we will see equivalent increases in your efficiency.
You're right, Ada, because at this point, there's literally no need for one of those. Now, I could have absolutely used this when trying to make the fuel setup, because I could fit 2 generators and the pipes in between them all, but oh well. That is it for research. We are completely done. We are almost done with the MAM tree. We just need to get some singularity cells, which we could actually make. Some more power shards and those things to get that one. We need some more Mercer spheres. And we need more power shards, uranium fuel rods, and some smokeless powder, and then that's it. So maybe I work on this. Nope, you know what? Actually, I said I was going to go exploring this episode, so that's what I'm going to do. Also, we just got our first shipment in of nuclear pasta, and I think I missed it. Okay, anyways, this episode's probably pretty long already, if I had to guess. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait here until I have enough neural quantum processors to start making the AI sculptures. What? AI expansion server. Where am I getting? Oh, it's biochemical sculptures. That's where I'm getting mixed up. And then we're just going to go wander around. I'm probably not going to spend a whole lot of time just like looking at things and collecting hard drives and things. I'll probably just give the highlights because, yeah, as I said, this is probably pretty long already. But at least we will have explored the rest of the map at that point. I'll grab as many hard drives as I can. We'll scan as many as we can. But I think that will be the last thing that we'll do this episode. Okay, a little bit of waiting now. All right, well, there you have it. 130 130. I missed. Oof. Okay, well, there you go. 130 of them are ready to go. We do not need any more of these, so let's go ahead and swap this over to AI expansion servers. Very, very nice. Okay, so we only need to make 256 of these, so we may as well do the exact math. 128 neural quantum processors, 128 superposition oscillators, a lazily overkill amount of magnetic field generators, and excited photonic matter will make AI expansion servers at 8 per minute. That is quite a bit. So this will take around half an hour, and then it will be done. Okay, so we basically have half an hour to basically explore the rest of the map before that's done. Okay, that's alright. Anyways, I would like to see what these look like. I mean, I don't know how you're getting cooling in there. Maybe it's liquid cooled through the top? I don't know, but you know what? We have them. AI expansion servers are done. I'm gonna run a pretty janky conveyor to the space elevator, I think, just so we can get a live count of exactly how much we have while we are out and about exploring. Okay, let me clear out my inventory for the 19th time. There we go. Make sure I will also need to go craft a couple more gas mask filters and iodine filters real quick because, yeah, I'm probably going to need those. Hopefully I should just be able to make these pretty quickly. 19 and 40 should be just fine. Okay, which side of the map should we start on? I'm thinking desert side because I have not been there yet. Yeah, look at this. There's a whole desert out here I haven't been to. I haven't really explored that area, and I haven't gone to that mountain either. All right, well, we got a bunch of purple-looking popcorn trees and some sand. And a nice little oasis with a summer sloop and a mercer that's covered in sand. Nice little archway over here. Looking good, looking good. Another mercer over there. We got another hard drive. Don't mind if I do. Looks like we got a sulfur node over there. That's cool. This thing takes some computers, so we may as well grab it. And I guess we can take a nice look across the land. Looks like that's limestone. Is that uranium or is that copper? I can't really tell. I got some nice coal patches there. Some iron. Yeah, that's copper, by the way. Looks like we kind of got some desert caves in here. It's kind of neat. And we've got some power slugs, and looks like this is the edge of the map over here. Now, if I was smart about this, I would have brought a radar tower out here, so then we could just scan everything, but I was not smart, so instead we're just kind of flying around. Got a couple more oasis over here. Looking good. Caterium with a boulder on it. Oh! She got an achievement for visiting every starting biome. So this must be one of the starting biomes. Is it I guess those are like dunes, right? Is it dunes or is it this little oasis here? Oh, hello. I wonder what we got here. 70 megawatts. Don't mind if I do. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, desert cave. Radiated desert cave with a Mercer sphere in it. Who are you? Oh, are you in the rock? Well, sucks to be you. And I think this is the edge of the map as well. Yep. Okay, so I guess that's pretty much the whole deserty area. I guess we go into the dunes now. I guarantee you I missed a whole bunch of things back there, but we can always come back. Looks like we got a kind of lower section with another, whoa. Another hard drive over here, but look at this. I mean, this is all background stuff, but still. What are the odds I could get this guy to fling himself off the map? Got him. All right, let's check out the dunes. Well, there is actually ore out here, which is interesting. Oh, there's a hard drive here, but there's something over here. Well, it's heavily guarded, whatever it is. Huh. Well, this is cool. A little oasis and a Mercer sphere in there. Huh. Are you telling me that spindly-looking tree doesn't have anything on it? That's crazy. Probably would have been nice to build out here in the dunes. You got so much flat space to work with. Nope, there's something down here. Hold up. Summer sloop in a water cave. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have built a car and drove around here. That would have been cool. Oh well, I kind of already explored like 90% of it, so never mind. I guess we won't do that. All right, I guess next up we go to the desert mountains area. Oh, nice little waterfall oasis over here. Looking good, looking good. Oh wow, I've been playing for 4 hours. That's crazy. We got Caterium over here. We got another Mercer sphere. I'm finding a lot of Mercer spheres and summer sloops, which is actually good because I said I needed to do this anyway, but there's another one up there. Ooh, got some sulfur down there. That's actually really nice to find. I mean, I doubt that I'll end up using anything out here because it's so far away from everything else, but, you know, nice to know it exists. I'm gonna go up to this thing. I wonder what's up here. Ooh, that's up there. Worth it. I doubt there'll be anything on top of this giant circle thingy, but I'm going anyway. Doesn't look like it, but, you know, looks pretty neat up here. Oh, there's actually a power slug up here. Never mind. And here's the rest of the map. Is that uranium right there? Okay, I'm gonna head towards that lake next, and then I think we'll just kind of snake back around. But I did see a hard drive down here. Yep, right there. Got some SAM over there as well, and I think that's another hard drive. Oh yeah, it looks like we're getting to the more extreme areas here. Yep, we got radiation and uranium basically everywhere, so that means this should be a pretty good hard drive. Hello, yep, turbo motors. Oh, so this looks like it drops off into like a kind of a river here, and then like a big lake again. Nice. Ooh, we got some sulfur over here. We got some geysers and a hard drive. Nice. It looks like we got another good one here. Got some turbo motors. All right, now I swear I saw uranium over here. I did. That looks like uranium, doesn't it? I think it is. What is that doing out here? And by out here, I mean out in the open. All the other ones I found are buried. Impure. Huh, okay. Well, looks like we got a river that goes down, and you know what? I think I'm actually going to follow that river unless I see something else up here. Nope. Okay, we're going down. All right, now, what kind of biome is down here? Is this like a desert undergrove or something like that? I can't see anything. It's very dark. It's like mushroom desert or something because they got a bunch of like mushrooms on the walls. This is kind of cool. Too bad I can't see anything. There we go. You know what? I'm a big fan of this biome. This is cool. Yeah, you know what? I think this has got to be one of my favorite biomes. This one's cool. Why is it so dark? Why is the lighting so weird right now? What's going on here? You know what? I don't know. But there's a summer slope, so I'm taking it. Oh, this is the blue pom-pom tree biome that we're getting into now. Cool. Okay, okay. Ooh, what are these? A bunch of like barnacles or something? Got some like corally water, I think. This one's pretty good. I wonder if this water is like usable or if it's too shallow. It appears to be too shallow. Well, that's too bad. Oh well. I wonder what's up here. Anything up here? There's got to be something. There's a whole bunch of radiation rocks. All of this for a purple power slug. They're not that great. You can make power shards. I mean, I'll take it. I'm not complaining, but still. Oh, we got some SAM over there. And that looks... I think that's got to be the tallest thing on the map, right? Because I remember looking at that from the aluminum setup in the Red Forest, and it looked to be taller, so I think we gotta go up there, right? We have to. Alright, let's see if we can ascend up atop of that thing. I wonder what's up there. You think there's a bunch of Sommer sloops or Mercer spheres, or maybe like a uranium node, or some oil or something? Imagine they put oil up there. That'd be funny. Imagine having to get that, like, all the way down. You'd have to run the longest pipe. Oh my, look at that, dude. Oh, I just got an achievement for gather 50 Sommer sloops. I wonder if there's one like that for Mercer spheres. I bet there is, and I wonder if I have it already or not. Also, I wonder if there's a way to, like, legitimately climb this. I mean, I'm just gonna jetpack up there, but I bet there's a way to, like, climb it. Oh, yeah, there's gotta be. Look at that. Oh, and there appears to be a hard drive up here. Oh! Reached the highest cliff in the world. And it is a uranium node. Okay, cool. Well, I tried to climb it a little bit at the end there, but I jumped the wrong way. But cool, we got a uranium node up here, and it is impure. All that for an impure uranium? Huh. All right, and I guess the last biome we have yet to explore is this one, but I did just get my MAM research, so let's go see what we got. Probably something we've already seen before. Turbo diamonds. Packaged turbo fuel and coal into diamonds. Not sure how good that is, so I think we'll just leave that there. Okay, and let's see. I do know there's a hard drive down there, but I think I'll just come back for that one. I think we'll just kind of go along the edge here and maybe like loop back around and then maybe go along that bridge. You know, I don't mind the red grass. It's pretty nice. If I was a hard drive, I would go there, but apparently there isn't one there, which is surprising. What on earth is this rock formation here? What? How does this... How? Also, what happened here? Sandworms or some slugs or something? What is this? Is that a cave? Yeah, that looks like a cave. Okay, hold on. We gotta go in the cave. Ooh! Okay. Maybe we try not to die out here? It would take forever to get back here. Alright, what do we got in here? Oh, this is a big cave. And the suspiciously looking Sommer sloop tree right here. Got some SAM. Cool. We got 2 patches of quartz. Wow. And another way to go? Is this another entrance or is there like deeper in? I haven't found a cave that's just been like another entrance that goes deeper. Maybe this is it. Oh, it is. Wow, look at that, dude. I'm beginning to think there's another thing down here because there's just so many spiders. I'm sorry? What? Uh-huh, okay. Ooh, stumbled upon a hard drive, wow. Of course, it had to take some power to open, which, you know, nothing a little biomass generators won't solve, right? Oh, now, here's the real blue tree biome that I was looking at while I was up there. Just about to say, there's not a lot going on out here, but no, I was wrong. Nope, got another hard drive over here in the middle of some bearings. Just a couple of rotors. Yeah, don't mind if I do. Man research done. What did we get? Quartz purification and coated cable. I have seen those before. Oh, there's another one right here? Alright. Well, I guess while I'm out here, I can also grab this one that I marked. I guess when we were looking at the... No, I marked this when we were going through the red forest and getting all the hard drives out of it. Yeah. Oh, come on, dude. Really? And I somehow managed to guess in between two of them and not actually at one of them. Weird. Okay. Well, I think that's pretty much the entire map explored. And we do have all of the AI... Wait, yeah. AI expansion servers. Yeah, that's what it is. We've got all those built up, so I guess we'll just go to this last unexplored area, and we will call it a day. I suspect there's probably not a whole lot over here. I mean, I'm flying over it right now. It doesn't look to be anything too crazy. A couple little iron nodes there, a couple nodes there. Yeah. You know what? With that, I think that is going to be it for this episode. There's probably something in there. Never mind, hold on. Good grief, I had to blow like 18 different things up for this. It was just a Mercer-sphere. Man, that's crazy. Unbelievable. Okay, well, you know what? On that note, I think that is going to be it for this episode. We've got nuclear pasta coming in. We are about a quarter of the way done. I realize now we may be waiting for a little bit, so we may have to figure out something to do next episode. Nuclear. But we'll have to see. We also did AI expansion servers, and they are all 100% completed already. I'm going to grab this Mercer-sphere, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.